Check out the latest highlights from the Nourishing You podcast.
So let's get started on going into some of these biohacks for longevity. Can you start us off with talking about how nutrition relates to that?
Yeah, so firstly, I don't like biohack, the word, and I'll tell you why. It's got this connotation now about some form of magical properties that will allow you to be something amazing, and that's not true. So I find that people who are doing that biohacking, in inverted commas, are doing it because there are so many things wrong that they don't know how to get it fixed. So they try and do all this other stuff to rebalance it. And so what I like to look at, so there's a couple of things. Firstly, why do we want to be happy and fulfilled every day? And this is, if anyone's ever listened to me on any of the other interviews I've done, this is something I always repeat because I think it's very valid. So the story is we're all born with a bank account and we can't add anything to it. All we can do is every day we withdraw 24 hours. And if those 24 hours are spent stressed, miserable, tired, worried, and not making the very most out of what life has to offer, then that 24 hours has been wasted. It's never coming back. And the next day we go back to that ATM and we draw out another 24 hours. And if it's still miserable and tired and in pain and suffering and all the rest of it, that takes our focus. And what we don't have is a capacity to look at everything around us in life that just brings us joy and fulfillment because we're too focused on this other stuff. The problem is we do not know how much we've got left in that account. We don't know what our balance is. So I might have 2 days left. I might have 20,000 days. But unless I'm enjoying every one of them, there's never going to be a point in which I can turn around and say, oh, I'll do it. Once I've finished all this stuff, then I'll be happy. Because who knows when that's ever going to come. And so being happy, fulfilled, enjoying life every day, and having the capacity to actually have a default position that says, that's how you wake up every day. Your radar is on. Show me these amazing things that are going to happen because I want to find them. All of a sudden you bring more of that stuff in because you're open to it.
If you enjoyed this short episode, check out our full library on our NAMP YouTube channel where you can catch up or learn more. Keep in mind that the information on the NAMP podcast is for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical or legal advice. The NAMP is not liable or responsible for any harm, damage, or illness arising from the use of the information contained herein. By listening to the information on this podcast, you agree to defend, indemnify, and hold harmless the NAMP and all agents. Copyright NAMP, all rights reserved.